MSI, and ESEA.
Very special treat for us to enjoy now. We get to see for the very first time, these 10 players are going to be meeting on the server for the first time. We saw them in January in the major, a half of Team Liquid, just 3 of them, not unable to field their full roster on the major, fall to the full CIS roster of NaVi. But now they've stabilized. They've gone shopping and went to the very world's best, taken Taco and put him in a Liquid jersey. And now we get to see how both of them fare in a best of 3. It's going to be an absolute treat. I'm joined once again by Sponge and Pimp to break it down. And I do want to, at risk of rushing, but I do want to start talking maps because I think I have an actual valid point about maps.
Oh, get to it.
Can I do it?
Yeah, all yours.
What about Dust2?
What about Is that a point or a question?
So here's the thing, right? We saw Liquid versus Mousesports, right?
Sure.
Liquid have already proven that they can play Dust2 at a very high level.
Yes.
Now they're playing against NaVi, who have to ban cash.
Yes.
So that means that in my little, what am I? Supreme Master Class, whatever it's called. I usually say Supreme.
Okay.
In my brain,
Yep.
that means that they're going to have to potentially risk Dust2 being played.
There is a big chance that Dust2 could be picked here.
Thank you. Counter-Strike analysis. That's me.
Well, there is a chance. Of course there's a chance, right? But it is, the teams want to play it safe or not. The other
Oh.
pick for Liquid may be an Inferno, but that's a really good map for NaVi as well. Even on the CT side, we've seen Zeus and Electronic locking down towards that pit side. But that's definitely a possibility, Alex. I think you're right in the sense that NaVi do potentially have to ban cash here. They actually played it earlier in the tournament against Heroic, but that's because both teams, or they thought both teams, didn't actually play that map. That was a risk to let that through. Liquid, on the other hand, are probably going to be getting rid of Overpass. That's standard for them.
Fair.
And then the picks, is it going to be a comfort pick or is it going to be a punish pick? Now, NaVi have picked a punish. Now, in the past, they went for like a nuke pick against FaZe, right? That for me seemed like a punish.
Sure.
Whereas will they do that against a Liquid who was happy to play that earlier in the tournament, right? So this is a bit weird.
Jacob, do you want to say you're right as well? Like, do you want to say that?
Yeah, the problem for NaVi is they can't really punish Liquid in any way in this map pool. I don't see an opening for them where they can go in directly and do as they did against FaZe and just straight up punish them. So they're going to have a big problem. And I think you're right about that. It's either going to be Cash or Dust2. I assume NaVi is going to
Here we go. Drum roll, please.
So we're going to have a Dust2 from Liquid. I would be highly surprised if that's not going to happen.
Okay, time to find
You're very
out.
confident in yourself here.
There it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I did it! I'm only right once a year. I'm going to enjoy that. Thank you very much.
Look, you're very happy with yourself, aren't you? But I think the more interesting thing as opposed to Dust2 being picked is the fact that Inferno is picked by NaVi.
Okay.
Now, NaVi consider themselves to be very good on this map, but so do Liquid, right? So this one here is, you're Liquid. You're super happy with how the veto's gone, right? And you're only 2 maps in, so we don't even know what the next phase is going to look like. I'm sure that we might see, you know, Nuke's left now. This would be a map I'd be getting rid of if I was NaVi.
Sure.
And maybe the train ban coming out from the likes of Liquid to leave Mirage as the 3rd.
It's a very comfortable, safe 3rd, Jacob. I guess that makes a lot of sense. People want to be finding that middle ground on the 3rd. Usually.
And it makes sense for both teams. NaVi is definitely a team that has shown us thus far in this tournament. They're great on Mirage. They won against Mousesports. They won against FaZe on it. So definitely have to play Mirage on a high level. Whereas Liquid have been great on Mirage ever since they got in NaVi, basically. So a comfortable map for both of them. And I'll be, again, highly surprised if that's not the map we're going to see.
Okay, well, let's take a look. Let's see if we're going to get Jacob surprised. And yes, no, not
Easy
at all.
as that.
Mirage. Okay, so we're all locked in. I feel like we just played kind of like a veto game show. That was a lot of fun.
We should do reveals.
Yeah,
and,
this is what you could
press
have
some
won.
buttons, do that kind of fun stuff.
Fiat 500.
If we start talking about Dust2 straight away, though, I think the fact of the matter is Mousesports definitely helped Liquid out. We only learned yesterday that they've been practicing a lot with Taco's post-match interview, right? So we know that they've put a lot of stock in this, and it's something which they feel well-versed in. But going up against a NaVi who you don't have a sample size on, you haven't really seen how much they've played it. The unknown comes in once more.
Sure.
Now, what did we see out of Liquid? Well, they're able to exploit that B-bomb site. They really took advantage of Rops having a poor game. They were just doing default spreads a lot, and the economy was on their side. All the basic things at Dust2 that we know are going to happen, mid-control, taking cat, good long spawns, going for the AWP pick, that all happened, and it all just went their way. So positive signs. They know what they're doing. But the question is, what do you expect from NaVi?
So, yeah, Jacob, if you're NaVi and you're not in Sydney and you've got, you know, a big advantage of 2 weeks where you can just practice and you can scrim at those tier 2 teams and practice and expand your map pool, what would you say? Dust2 is going to be part of that?
Yeah, definitely, and they have been practicing Dust2 for sure. The problem for them is there's only so much you can do in a week. This game is playing on such a high level that playing a map for just 1 week is not necessarily going to get you to a place where you can compete against the very best on a map like that. That said, though, as you said, Dust2 is such a new map in the map pool that it's still a little bit unsure how you want to play it, how you want to approach it, and what's going to happen when you do so.
Explain that to me, because it's not a new map. I mean, not only has it been around, like people have been playing it in scrims for ages, but it's also been in the map pool before. Why are we treating it as a completely new addition?
When a map drops off out of the pool, right, whatever meta you got to at that point, you don't just pick it up where you left off.
You
it's
must
not
be
like,
close,
hey
though.
guys, let's just roll back the years and jump back in.
Right, okay. Well, if I've not ridden a bike for 5 years and then get back on, I may not be, prime, but I'm still going to be going from A to B.
Alex, to ride a bike, you just need the handlebars and the pedals. To play a map of Counter-Strike, you have 5 members with strategies, different playstyles, different
There's a
pieces.
bell and some brakes as well.
Look, there used to be night vision in Counter-Strike, which would have made a similar noise, but the fact of the matter is there's a lot more that goes into it than riding a bike, right? And the sense is how the meta is going to be established is how teams choose to address it early. So everyone's going to come in with a different face. The basics are there, They're getting the AWP up towards the car on the CT side, playing the 2-1-2, having a member in CD spawn for the B splits. That stuff is going to be the same, but it's how it's actually applied. And that information and how that is shaped quickly by these teams is how the meta will be formed.
Counter-Strike is a flow game, and Dust2 is definitely a flow map where you got to feel the flow, you got to feel it natural. All your calls is based on how you feel the map and spawn predictions as well. Dust2 is one of those maps where that matters. So it's all about feeling the flow, and you miss that flow. As same with the bike, you don't feel as confident riding the bike or going up hills on a bike if you haven't ridden it for 5 years.
At the start, Alex.
It won't be the same, Alex. It won't be the same.
All right. Well, we'll continue our conversation later once we get those players on stage. But from flow to throw, we'll head over to our casters. I want to know their predictions and expectations. Who's taking this one, Henry?
Well, that was a very good throw, Alex. I'm back here with everyone's favorite CS boffin, Henry.
It's true. I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. I like the fact Alex actually predicted the maps as well. What a great analyst he's turning out to be.
Yeah.
It's semi-finals time, Harry. These have always provided some of the most memorable and historic games of Counter-Strike, and I don't think this one will be any different. This is going to be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of skill coming to the server, and 2 teams on an amazing upward trajectory right now. NaVi finally getting to grand finals and the semi-finals once again. They're not relying on Simple. They look like a great unit. 3 very good maps them into this pool, but they're up against Liquid right now, who look fantastic. Their CT sides especially, and the little time they've had with Taco, it actually looks really promising.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm so excited to see the hometown heroes out on this stage. We saw them yesterday, Henry. It was fantastic. They're looking great. NaVi looked just as good. I personally cannot wait to get this one underway. But let's not wait up. Let's not dwell on that any longer. Let's throw this one back over to the desk.
The players have only just shown their faces in the arena, and already there is a round of applause. They're going to be walking out right here, right now. We're going to be kicking off our first semi-final, so let's go ahead and get this show started.
Matchup. Okay.
Over to you, Golden Boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I take it you guys are going for the American team, I think. But listen. Can we please give some love to NaVi? Seriously, this is one of the best teams in CS. I think it's time for, to kind of just like move away from, the celebration and the ceremony, because I just want to get into it. I want to watch some of the best Counter-Strike you could possibly have right here in Dallas, Texas. So it's time to start your first semi-final match of the day.
I'm really happy and proud of my team because we managed to go in semis once again. It's like 4th tournament for us, and feels really nice because past year we didn't have any results, I'm proud of the whole team, especially Electronic and Flamey. Electronic because he played really great last tournaments, but now he's on another level. And Flamey had some personal problems, so on Scream he didn't play like usual, and now finally he back his form. I'm really happy for him. We like to play against strong team. They give us more experience as a team, so it doesn't matter who we're gonna play. We're gonna prepare like we usually do and do our best. I just remember my feelings when it was MLG Columbus and I played for Liquid, and United States crowd was really great. So I'm sure they're gonna cheer. Maybe not for our team, but I believe, and please for me.
we were all confident against Mouse Sports. They are a super good team, but we spent 2 weeks practicing in America, and we practiced really hard. We tried to improve our map pool. We have good maps now. We can play Dust2 as well, so we were all confident. NaVi is a team that is surprising everyone. They are playing really good right now. Simple is a really good player. They have a good game leader as well. They have good individual players. So they are a super strong team right now. So it's gonna be a really hard match, but I'm pretty sure that we can do this. Yeah, Simple right now is a really good player. We should take care of him. Just hitting the shots, he's scary to play against. I'm feeling really comfortable playing for the American crowd. I just want them to keep the way they are doing because I'm pretty sure that it helped us a lot. I'm feeling really happy. I just want to play for the American crowd. I want to make them proud.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome your first team to the stage, NaVi! The best from the CIS defeated FaZe to get to this point, and they have been in the grand finals before at DreamHack Masters Marseille. And although it did fall to Astralis, this team has what it takes to move to yet another grand final. But their opponents simply do not want to let that happen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Team Liquid! Giving the hands to Mouse Sports 2-0. They have strong crowd support, but a lot to prove. They're considered by many to be the best team in North America today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get into our first matchup of the day. Are you ready? Let's do it again. Dallas, Texas, I need you to make some noise. Are you ready? It's now time to start your first semifinal matchup. Team Liquid versus NaVi.
Players on stage, final huddles being made. They're going to get that strat locked in, and we'll be jumping into that first map. I'm so damn excited. Dust2 as well, a new addition to the map pool. It's going to be a brawl. It's going to be very interesting to see how their homeworks compare.
Definitely so, and I think there's a couple of factors we can look to here because we can actually look at the stats to help us out. Electronic currently ranked 3rd in all stats for the tournament. You've got Simple as 6 and Flamey as 10. The closest for Liquid is NAF as 14 and Elijah's 16. Now, obviously they played more games. They lost to Astralis, so that's going to impact it a little bit there. I think, though, that Simple need to put in a bit more form in this one, you know, go back to the God level of Simple, because this is going to be a really tough match.
Jacob, when people say, you know, NaVi beat FaZe with Simple as the bottom fragger, and that's something to be talked about, what's your take on that?
I think it's more out of the ordinary. It's not going to happen again.
But is it a good sign, in a way?
Maybe it could be. It's too early to tell, I'd say. It's obviously great that NaVi is able to win games without Simple dropping 30 frags. That's obviously a given for them. Sure. But he's going to keep doing that, so it's not really needed for them to win without him. So it can be a great sign. It's definitely a great sign that Electronic has been playing as well as he has. You know, they need that second star to step up. Flamey as well up there. So overall, NaVi look better and more composed than they ever have, probably.
And I did see FaZe Nico. He did put out a tweet saying, when will people start giving Electronic the credit he deserves? Now, I find that quite interesting, Chad. Do you think we have been underestimating him?
No, not at all. I think, you know, the fact of the matter is when he was in Flipside, he was the best player in that team. We were waiting for him to become the second star in NaVi. Now, when he first came into the squad, he was treated like a support player, not a second star. That's changed relatively recently, and we're finally getting what we expect out of him. You have that duo, you have Simple, and you have the likes of Electronic going ham. Flamey just needs to chime in and be the third star, just doing his job. Zeus right now in the tournament is in the top 5 for support rounds and assists, right? So he's doing his job as the support player for this unit, and he's doing it well, because if you've been in the top 5 of both of those categories, you got to be doing something right.
Absolutely, and I mean, when we get into this one, I want a couple of player names. We've mentioned Simple, we've mentioned Electronic. Let's venture to the right side of the stage, the North Americans. Who has to be, you know, keeping the pace? Is it this man on screen here?
Definitely. NaVi is their big star player, obviously. He was brought in from Renegades and has been a top 5 player in the entire world at some point, at least for a given period. So it's great to see him finally finding some tune as well in Liquid. It's always rough to change teams, and he seemed to make that transition very well. So that's a big kudos to him. I do feel, though, when we talk about Liquid and when we talk about NaVi in general, we can always expect, the 3 big guys to hit the core of the lineups in Elise, NaVi, and Twist to show up, and same goes on for NaVi. But when you look towards the support players in terms of Nitro, Zeus, Edward, and Taco, those are where the difference are going to be made, because I think especially on a map like Dust2, it's so new that you have to have all 5 players stepping up to a decent level.
I want to run with the Twist name for a little bit here, because he's had a lot of impact on pistol rounds for the likes of Liquid, right? So we saw him get an ace yesterday on Inferno on the T side to pull them out of a hole. He also got 2 on the CT side of pistol, so he's a big impact player on those pivotal rounds, right? That's something that he needs to be able to continue to do, and that's not the easy thing to do. There's only one player that I think is synonymous with that, and that's Dennis, who's currently playing for NIP. Flamey, on the other hand, he's the best pistol player for NaVi, so those guys going toe-to-toe will be an interesting battle, but the stats aren't in, it's not like anybody's won the majority of their pistols. It's been a pretty mixed bag.
Who takes the series, Jacob? It's that big question, and I don't want that scary group of thousands of people behind you who want Liquid to win to influence your decision.
It's a big question, and I do think that Liquid is having a great chance, depending on the map pool right here. I think they got away with that pretty well. I think NaVi is currently in a state where we talk about them as, they're playing well. You have the 3 stars playing well, you have Symbol playing well, you have Electronic playing well, so you got all the win conditions going for them.
Get off the fence and give me a name.
I still believe Liquid is going to win this one. I think it's going to be 2-1.
NaVi.
Oh, we got a split desk. Okay, 1 for NaVi, 1 for Liquid, and an extra couple of thousand for Liquid as well. Let's kick off map 1. Dust2, Henry and Harry are going to be filling your ears with sweet casting perfection.
Thank you very much, Alex. Semi-finals time, NaVi versus Liquid. Make some noise! We're going to see Liquid starting the CT forces here. 5 sets of armor for them, 3 sets for NaVi. They've got the smokes, the flashbangs. We haven't seen much from NaVi and Dust2 yet. I'm really interested to see what they'll bring to the table. So much fragging potential there as the Team Liquid do explore towards short. It's going to be a slow entrance towards the long area. 5 players there for NaVi. They're going to smoke the crossover, presumably, and make their attack towards A. CT's waiting towards short, and here comes the first altercation. NaVi clearly up to the side, but not for long. NaVi takes down Edward.
How on earth has he landed that shot? The bomb has gone down inside of the bomb site. Man advantage up in favor of Liquid, though. They're going to be 5-on-4 in this retake. Looking good right now. On plant only just coming in. Ooh, Naf, there's a smoke there. He's going to go ahead and find Flamey. He's doing it all in the pistol round right now. Might even get himself a 3rd. He's going to go ahead and do that. Now it's Zeus. He's next to full. Naf is on a tear. 4 massive kills. The pistol round goes the way of Liquid, and they keep everyone alive, Henry.
Unbelievable scenes from NaVi. He was in towards CT spawn. It's such a long-range, difficult shot to make, and he hits absolutely everything. Nothing but headshots for that young man, and he'll take the pistol in emphatic style there. NaVi, sure, they get the bomb plant down, but that sends out a message to their team. They will be able to purchase a PD50 CZs here, but let's just have a look at these shots coming in. Through the smoke towards short, just didn't miss a beat. He's been so good for Liquid recently. What an amazing pickup he turned out to be. Every single shot connects. We'll get to round number 2. Presumably the AKs come out in the 3rd. No tactical purchase here for Simple. Just a CZ, 1 Deagle. And we'll see whether they can cause any sort of damage here. Simple's got the long spawn. He's going to try and take him. Can't connect the shot, though, and he'll be pushed back by the Incendiary.
Yeah, they're going to start to fade away from long. That has not worked out for Simple. Very, very confident with this D. Going to be heading in through short. There is Nitro there. Now, Nitro, yesterday, had a shaky start to the game. Proved instrumental later on. Not going to find anything off the bat. NaVi rotating that bomb round over towards B. Twist going to be aggressive over here at long. He looks like he might even try pushing on through, perhaps. Naf and Taco. They're not going to be seeing anyone anytime soon over at B. It's Elysian Nitro that look to be in the hot seat. Actually, just as you say, Electronic. Going to keep that bomb over towards the B bomb site.
Well, with a minute remaining, they don't have a single flashbang to enter the bomb site. They'll have to run up together, hope they can trade out frags with the pistols here. They probably get 1 kill. I don't think the bomb's going to be planted, though. It's so far away. As Elysian Nitro open things up. No problem at all. 3 kills for Nitro. And Electronic towards short. Might be able to get 1 kill here. It's struggling. And it's another clean sweep there for Liquid. Nothing picked up whatsoever. NaVi is still on 0 frags throughout the team. But here come the AK-47s. Dust2 is a fast-paced, high-flying map. The Orbs are going to do very well. It's spawn-dependent as well. It's going to be a death match, It's going to be a lot of fun. We've seen Team Liquid and what they can bring to the table on this particular map. It's always going to be a lot of fun. Round 3 coming through, and I can't say Simple's purchased the Scout instead of the AK. Might have had a bit less cash considering he pulled up with the Deagle in the previous round. Round 3 here. Team Liquid with 3 rifles. Make it forward the FAMAS and a UMP. Flamey going to be operating towards those B tunnels. This is what we call a default on Dust2. 1 towards long, 1 in the tunnels, 3 working towards middle with an objective to get towards short, push CT's back, take vision away. There's a boost towards CT spawn. This used to be so powerful. I haven't seen in this iteration of the maps thus far, so we'll see how that develops. Short is going to be clear. Nitro holding from the ramp, makes his way back towards A. Twist very deep towards long. So Nitro, a lot of pressure here. He could just pounce and take him down with the contact play. That's exactly what's going to happen. Now he needs to buy time.
Yeah, he has so much to do here. So many players coming his way. Elige starts the rotation in. Nitro's going to fall at the first hurdle. They lose the man who tried to anchor down the site. And Flamey's on this flank ground, spots out Naf down in mid, but Naf's going to win the fight. So now it's a 4-on-4 and things get interesting. The bomb's still yet to go down.
What's taking so long? They've had the site for 10 seconds or so, but finally the plant comes through. It's for sure. There's no utility at all on the T side. As Taco, he finds another opening with the AK-47. It's up to Simple though. Not hitting shots just yet, but he's going to be such a danger in this situation.
Yeah, he's able to find Twist. The rest of the guys all pushing in through CT. Electronic going to find one and the second as well. And Elige can't get anything done. They do so much damage, but NaVi managed to find it that round. Simple and Electronic putting in work.
Absolutely so. Very slow at the start. Like I said, that's the default, waiting for the CT aggression, holding off the utility. Get up towards short, and then at that point, just did a contact play. No utility deployed whatsoever, really. Just went up with the group, knowing the AWP would be on the A side. Trade out the kills, and he got Simple and Electronic, that tag team duo, to hold out the post-plant situation. They certainly delivered. Team Liquid had the force buy option here, but they opt for the partial instead, knowing they can get rifles into the next round. They had about $3,500 per player, so instead of getting a weak buyout, just take a chance here with the Deagles and maybe bring out the Orbs into round number 5. This should be quite an easy round, an opportunity for NaVi here to tie things up at 2-2. Twist with the armor. There's no utility at all on the CT side. I'll just be holding up and seeing if they can find some 1-digs perhaps.
Still, Henry, I mean, it is fresh in my mind just how good Liquid were with these pistols yesterday. I don't think you can underestimate the damage these Deagles and CZs can do, but yeah, Simple. Interesting enough, back on the Scout. He's keeping that out, keeping the money. Felt up, he had money for the AK. Elige been tagged down earlier on, going to be hiding back inside of this A-bomb site. NaVi have full control of mid. Twist going to be holding for any aggression there, but it looks like NaVi once again have sided over towards this short area. Smoke's going to fall down in mid. This is a very, very slow default coming in from NaVi.
Yeah, reminiscent of the old days. Let's see whether this opening pick will work out for them. Certainly does. It's Simple to execute the first. Simple takes down Naf, and that's going to be the round completed. Nitro might be able to find 1 kill. It's actually Twist to open things up for the CTs first. I don't think there's many other opportunities for kills here, though. And there we go. Pretty clean and successful from NaVi. Only 1 player gets dropped. That was Zeus, but they do recover the AK, so absolutely fine. And we'll see whether Liquid want to bring out the AWP at this point. Elige can afford it, but he would have to drop it for a teammate and have no armor for himself. They opt for 4 M4A forwards instead. Twist on the FAMAS, no kits. We'll see if they're going to mix things up at all. Maybe go for an aggressive push. Explore their options towards short on the upper tunnels, or let's go for a classic round here. We will see. Simple still on the Scout. That's absolutely fine, considering there's no AWP up against him. Trying to cause damage through the door at the very start here, but using that long spawn. Zeus goes in first. Great flashbang, even better shot. Finds the early 5-on-4. CT trying to recover at this point.
Not able to find anything just yet. They have to smoke it off. They have to concede long the way of NaVi. Edward even going to spot Taco out over here in mid as Liquid start to rotate a couple of players back over towards middle. And actually, they're going to try and take short control in response to this. Edward's there, and Elige does come in with the team kill on a Nitro. Keeps the man advantage up in favor of NaVi, and now he's under some pressure to try and make up for this, pushing down short. In a standoff right now with Zeus, but Zeus going to back away. It's Naf who's about to be tested. 3 players pushing up through long. Smoke goes down, flash. They go through, it's the nade that follows. Naf
Let's cross. Who's going to pick up a leash over a minute? It is just Taco and NaV 2 versus 4 with their backs against the wall. NaVi going to be able to get the bomb down once again.
I don't think the CTs will have much to say about this, but Taco does find somewhat of an opening. Still a 2 versus 3. Bomb planted though, they haven't got a kit. In terms of utility, a couple of flashbangs, but they've already made the call. Looks like they'll just be holding on to the rifles they've got. Taco and NaV just trying to scavenge anything they can from the floors of the Dust2 map here, but there's not going to be much to find. A few flashbangs, and just going to be trying to hold up here. So NaVi with the option to go hunting. Bomb's going to be going off. It will be 3-2 now as they find 3 rounds in a row. Looking much better. The AWPs still not coming out just yet. It's actually been a much slower game than I thought from NaVi. I thought we'd be seeing loads of crazy pushes, but that was a bit of a faster approach towards long. They did flash over and get Zeus out with that first pick, and you can see those overwhelming smokes they've got. It's very classic Dust2. In terms of tactics so far, those 2 smokes towards the corner to take vision away from the CTs and actually isolate whoever's trying to cross over towards the pit. Focus on him, hopefully trade him out. If you get the opening kill cleanly, it sets you up so well for the future prospect of the round, because then at that point you can fall back, split the bomb site, and wait for CT reactions to come through. So that long area always going to be such a massive conversation. As we get into round number 6 here, looks like a technical timeout will be coming through. We can see the 2 weapons save for Team Liquid. I've got them 2 rivals here, but do they force up around it? The rest of the guys on about $3,000 can go for CZ armor, maybe some UMPs, or they can just take the partial buy here and try and save the money. Still very early on though. Force buy is really required at this point. Want to make sure they have the opportunity to bring out the AWPs and get their full setup running. We know Nitro will be looking to do that, so look as to we can get right back into the action. It seems like a trivial issue, shouldn't be too long. As long as the headsets stay on, we know that's a good sign.
Yeah, that is always the way. One thing that I think maybe contributing a bit to this rather slow default we've been seeing from NaVi is for the first 5 rounds, Henry. I mean, Simple basically had that scout out consistently, right? And he's kind of the guy we can look to make a lot of these explosive plays. And, you know, he was playing more of that kind of support role, hanging back, doing the damage. I think he actually has the highest ADR right now on the team, in spite of just manning that scout time and time again. He has since upgraded to the Fammer, so he's a fan of playing off the meta, is Simple. Yeah, for Liquid right now, curious to see what the plan is. They have a little bit of money, you know, Taco can maybe drop a Deagle over, as you say. I think it's more important they get the AWPs out, they start to run that default setup that we want to see from them, especially when you consider Nitro. It was yesterday, right? Got off to that quite slow start. It was once they got onto the AWP, once they, you know, started to find his footing, he really kind of came alive in the later stages of that best of 3.
Well, looks like the issues have been sorted. It was just a microphone issue. Saw the thumbs up. Looks like we're underway once again, and Simple's bringing it out. They will be dropping the scouts and bringing out the AWP. This is where things become very difficult for Team Liquid, considered one of the most talented players in the world. We haven't seen too much of him on Dust2, but I'm sure he's ready for the battle. And it won't be the force buy from Liquid, just the upgraded pistols. Nitro, he'll bring out the AWP next round. He's going for the full eco here, just like USP. And once again, the long spawn is used, and Zeus will find both opening frags this time. Doubles down, doesn't remove any of the M4s just yet. Taco and NaV on the other side of the map.
NaV and Taco going to try and go blow for blow with Simple down here in mid, but doesn't look too keen on taking the fight. You can see even Zeus has rotated background to try and help him out. Liquid, he's one of these guys pushing up towards top mid. That's going to catch Electronic off guard. Simple's there immediately with the reply. Nitro's been able to grab an AK. They try to clear him out. They go walking into the crossfire. Nitro 1v2, and Simple's there. He spots him, tags him down, and Simple able to stay alive. Much closer round than I anticipated heading into it, especially with Zeus finding those 2 kills down at long.
Absolutely. Only 2 M4s and default pistols coming through into that one, but still money very strong for NaVi. The AWP stays up, the AK will come out once again. That long spawn proving to be quite deadly for Liquid. There are a few counters too. You have to drop the incendiaries or the smokes in the corner yourself just to block the vision so you can safely cross to the pit, or you don't go there at all. AWP's out on either side now, and there will be a boost for Nitro, going for the aggressive pick here, perhaps could even boost up towards the lower B area, which he will do. There will be a frag there, but he just misses out on the intel. Electronic already getting by. First pick doesn't look likely now, and it's just coming down to those few milliseconds where he doesn't spot him out. But there is another chance. Flamey coming in towards lower. Not going to happen. NaVi safe for now. Nitro will stay boosted. As he waits for a bit more intel, but bites off more than he can chew. Electronic takes out his teammate, and now he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he's going to try and retreat. Luckily enough, NaV does redeem something down in mid. And I mean, what a head to find. That's going to be simple. Dropped from the equation early on here. 4 on 4, and NaVi have mid control once again. They've been so good at taking over short, you know, overrunning the Liquid defense. They haven't really had anyone too dedicated to holding mid. And, well, there's Twist over at long. He's going to repel them from here at least. They're not feeling comfortable on that side of the map, that's for sure. And now NaVi, 3 players up on short. Their options running down by the second as the time it ticks low. Taco has spotted the head of Zeus. That's the bomb dropped, and now it's Electronic and Flamey. 2 versus 4. They're going to have to go ahead and get the bomb and now make up their mind.
4 versus 2. 30 seconds remaining. Bomb nowhere near the sights. Taco is patrolling short, getting it all done. And it might just have to be the save here from NaVi. 20 seconds, looks like they'll be saving the AWP and the AK for Electronic here. They've got some Molotovs and flashbangs as well. Just have to give up at this point. They got the opening pick. You thought that might be enough, but well recovered there. Absolutely. Twist getting that key frag towards long, and it was NaV to shut down the assault on the short area. So a chance for Team Liquid now to start building their own bankrolls as NaVi start to be whittled down. That key round before, sure, Liquid lost it, but Nitro bringing it down to a 1 versus 2 has kept them relatively modest here. 4 to 3, it's going to be the first. Okay, that's a tactical time. That's actually technical again, called by Edward. They really are struggling to get the microphones working in their favor. Seems to be one of the biggest issues to play on the big stage, but we'll see whether they can force up into this round while we wait. It will be Zeus with only $2,000. Simple's got 8K though, and obviously Flamey saves the orb. They've definitely got enough for a nice full buy here. Nitro on the single orb just yet, and we're going to see Elige 0 and 5. Has been having a few problematic games, hasn't been his usual self in the last we've casted at least. It's the likes of Twist and NaV that looked electric, and Tacos looked fantastic as well, especially on Mirage, that B site. We're going to see that again potentially in the 3rd map. Back underway. We'll see what the final complexion of the buy looks like for NaVi. Team Liquid on the chase, but starting to get comfortable now as we enter round number 8. All for Simple. Haven't seen any power plays yet at the very start of the round, any damage inflicted through those doors. I'm not going to be using the long spawn this time. Going toward the B tunnels, 3 players there to be Electronic, Flaming, and Simple with the bomb as well. Edward holds outside long as Zeus, waiting for any players to approach middle. He's got only a pistol. He could have been dropped a bit more. Simple still has 3K, Flamey 5. So just trying to keep their money strong. Perhaps definitely could have another rifle here.
Yeah, they most certainly could. But it's Simple over here towards B that wants to try and lead the charge. Taco, going to be there. And then they on NaV as well. Keep an eye on mid, but Taco, he's been dealt with early on. And NaVi not waiting around, not playing that usual slow style. They're going to go straight in on the back of it. NaV, 1 versus 3 effectively as more players now start to pour his way. He's going to do a lot of damage through the smoke. There is a man up past it. That's going to be Flamey, and barreling through. Elige is good for 1 kill. Nitro's pulled it back to a 2-on-3 with that frag onto Edward over here in mid. This B-bomb site infamously so hard to retake, Henry. They've got 1 flash between them. They do have kits.
They're just going to save at this point. Not worth it. You're right, B-bomb site, very difficult, especially with the AWP in hand. At Dust2, it's a lot about spawns, deathmatch style, and gut feelings. As soon as they got the opening pick, NaVi just make the call. We've taken down Taco. There's going to be transitioning CT players. If we can get in there right now, lock them out of the bomb side, the utility we have, we probably win the round. NaV, like 3 players in front of him. 1 had already snuck past the smoke, so not really much he could do with that. Did a bit of damage, and Elige had to just run through and hope for the best. Does get his first frag, but that wasn't going to be enough, I'm afraid. And Team Liquid take the decision just to save the AWP for Nitro. Twist on the AK as well. Might as well. Money going to be a bit of a nightmare now with the reset coming through, but still a fighting chance with the save weaponry. Simple finding the opening pick. They capitalize. Very simple procedure in more ways than one. Now, you see that opening pick come through. And Taco, he was just waiting for it on the other side. Not really much he could do. We'll get into the next round here. Number 9, MP9 for Taco. Scout for NaV. It's a mishmash purchase. We'll see whether they can recover here. NaVi looking quite comfortable on the T side of Dust2. All comes out again. Simple with a chance to do some damage, and this time inflicts it. Taco didn't jump as he crossed, tried to go off the back wall, and goes down to 31 points of health. Needs to be careful, though. Could get naded here. It'll be on 30. There's the Molotov, just tickles him at the beginning.
It's Still with the MP9 being tagged up like that, that's going to really impede what Taco can do. And Nitro's here with the AWP. That's a big kill on a Flamey, and he certainly was not ready for that. Simple, going to try and fall in over here towards middle along with the rest of the gang. Elige, pretty quiet game thus far, 2 kills to his name. Remember, he did get that TK earlier on as well.
Well, back towards short. This is where NaVi have been finding great opening kills, and this could be the exact same scenario. Elige, that's such a nightmare of the M4. You're in the open, 3 targets. You haven't got the AK for the one-tap potential, and he gets nothing done. That could be the round in itself. With the retake beginning, they've got a scout, the AWP, 2 AKs, the bomb's down, plenty of utility for NaVi. That's the main problem here. They've got 3 smokes to hold off these choke points, so how can you even break in? They've got no real presence. You can see how stifling that is towards short. What do? You got a flashbang, you just walk through and hope for the best? We will see. As Electronic and Edward play positions which allow them to avoid flashbang. I think the call's already been made, Harry. Not worth it. When the smokes are down like that, you've got 4 players to find and a bomb to defuse. You're just going to have to take the save once again. And Twist, he'll just be investigating towards long. Another great round by NaVi there. Very simplistic style, but it's working out for them. It's trading frag towards short. This is a massive problem for Liquid. They just can't hold them off at all there. There's not even an execution coming in. It's just contact play. And Liquid getting caught out pretty much every time by just great fundamentals, good defaults into contact plays towards short, and the wrong players at the wrong time waiting for them. If you've got the AWP of the car, that'd be great. Probably get 2 or 3 kills from that. But the M4 in the open, flashed as well. Not really much is going to be going well for him. But Liquid once again save the weaponry. AKs available now on the CT side. Nitro with that AWP, and NaV still on the scouts. Will they go for maybe a bit more of an aggressive stance at the very beginning here? Simple did damage before. Can he do it again?
Yeah, of course, we saw them in that pistol round boost players up over onto short. Not going to be repeating that anytime soon. NaV toying with fate a bit over in mid. Doesn't get tagged by Simple. He's going to count his blessings there. NaVi this time early on dedicating 4 players over here towards the upper tunnels, having Zeus holding onto the top of mid. Nitro and Twist taking a more active stance in holding off long. But NaVi, 4 players stacked up outside of this B-bomb site. NaV and Taco here. NaV, remember, on that scout. They have nothing to slow down the push if it does come through. And Simple, he looks to be the man to try and open things up. Taco, nice first shot. He's going to go back in for more. More players pouring into the site, and Taco back against the wall. 4 players to find, and so much time to buy. Edward going to come with his second entry kill of the round. He's opened up the B-bomb site, and once again for Liquid, they've been saving every round. This feels like another one where they're in the same boat, Henry.
This is just beautiful counter-strike from NaVi. Just real vanilla stuff. Nothing too technical. Going in, trading frags, making the correct movements. Synergy's looking great. And you can see these post-plant scenarios, it's impossible for Liquid. They don't even get a look in, Harry, because they're held off for so long. 15 seconds by those smokes. The choke points are covered by the Molotovs, and you can't really do much about it. That's the benefit of not really executing towards the side. If you're just walking in and trading out the frag effectively, you've got all that utility left over for this place. And you can see Liquid just not even part of the conversation at this point. They'd have to fall back, save the AWP again. They're consistently doing it, but still not really doing much with the weaponry when they bring it out to the next round.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, the strength in how NaVi are playing this has really been showcased in just how often, you know, we have seen Liquid have to save. They've had, what, 9 out of the last 15 players across 3 rounds have had to save. So, I mean, I don't even think I've ever seen that many saves happen back-to-back, I'll be honest with you.
Well, round number 11 coming in. Money not great once more, but Liquid have 3 weapons. With 3 rifles available, I would say you probably want to force into them. You need to start posting some rounds at this point, especially with the Nitro AWP. He's on 9 kills, but the scoreline certainly doesn't reflect that. 7-3 down on the CT side of Dust2. He did say we haven't seen much from NaVi on this particular map, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Classic style, and just grouping up together with this death ball. They're going towards B again, not rushing. Just going to send Simple in first with that first pick. If he gets it, they unload to the site, and Taco lies in where the Deagle. Surely he can't get anything done here. The only player here gets nothing. Same scenario again, Harry. No tactic, just going in together, smoked out. They've got so much utility. You can't retake this bomb site. The Molotov goes towards the window any second now. There it is. That gets deployed. Smokes out in the door. How do you break this down? You can see they're burning alive as well.
No, this is unbelievable right now from NaVi and Liquid. This is, you know, just night and day in comparison to what we saw yesterday. They're going to try and get away with the M4s once again, but this time even Flamey comes hunting. It's Twist and Nitro against the world over here on A to try and hold on to the AWP and AK combination.
Yeah. This is why I love Dust2 though. It's so raw. It's so visceral when you're playing the map. It's just going around as a squad, going for those kills, dropping utility. It's just Counter-Strike. This is what it should be like. Great to watch when the big players are performing as well. And Zeus making some great calls here. Just using that long spawn when they get it. If not, default into contact plays up short and the occasional fast B in there as well. But it's not just a straight-up rush. They let Simple work his magic first. They know he's going to be good for that opening kill. And they picked the perfect area. The only part of the map that had no rifles at all. B, bomb site with Taco and a Deagle. Nothing he's going to do there. And money's starting to stabilize a bit for Liquid now. They've got the 4th stage loss bonus. The bomb's got off the last 4 rounds, Harry. That just goes to show how much they've had to save. And double AWP now. Changing the setup, and I think that's the right call. Get Taco in the back of that B side with the AWP. Give him a fighting chance to actually challenge for the frags instead of getting styled on by Simple and Edward, it seems. So we'll take the tactical timeout, and Zeus, you can see it. Call for those double AWPs. Let's set the turrets up and have a more dynamic fragging unit with the M4s towards middle. Try and challenge for some frags, perhaps, instead of sitting back and letting NaVi control the entirety of the round. Number 12 coming in. Time running out for Liquid. They looked so good on this map yesterday, but this has been quiet. Double AWP setup. Will even challenge for the kill at the start. Doesn't look like it. Taco safely crosses over. Like I said, take that AWP towards B. Once he's set up, you can have 2 rifles towards middle. Faster backup towards A.
NaVi, though, this time they've slowed right down. They're not playing back towards that B bomb site. Instead, they're going to take mid control. Back to their old tricks. And Nitro looking to try and challenge on short. Has a Liege with him there as the backup. This 2-man stack over towards short hasn't really been working too well for Liquid. Nitro going to fall off the angle. Does just concede mid. 3 players going to be allowed to progress up through short. And actually, Electronic even testing the waters as he creeps forward. He's out in middle right now. Now, Naf is there. Good information gained by Zeus. Hasn't found any damage, but Naf's the man to open up. Frag onto Electronic. Going to go the way of Liquid early on. NaVi, first time in a long time, they're playing this round with a man disadvantage.
Absolutely. Plenty of time, though. Just under a minute. They'll head towards short, but this is looking much better. You can see Elite actively challenging the area that's been weak for them instead of letting NaVi get towards the bomb site, bully them with the AKs and the AWP, actually holding them off with the utility, running that clock down and applying pressure to them. It's looking much better now. 35 seconds remaining. Twist. Aggressive position towards long. Just on top of that pit wall. Wants to go for one, then drop down. It's a bit of an off angle. You won't be pre-firing this. You'll be aiming at his feet, and it's exactly what happens. Edward didn't expect to be that high. Oh, but Simple. He's fighting back, looking for the second. Another great position, though, from Twist. Yields the second frag, and it's up to Elise. If he gets one, that's round over. 10 seconds remaining. Flamey at this point just needs to cause financial damage towards Team Liquid. He wants to die, make sure he gets some cash. Let's see whether he can maybe find a couple of heads in. Not going to happen, though. Great round from Liquid. Good adjustment. You can see what Zeus was going for there. Get the orb set up in towards the B side. Let's be more aggressive as well. Stop letting NaVi have full control of every choke point on the map. And it works out much better for them. Funnel them towards long. Twist finally showing us what he can do with that AK. NaVi still in the lead, 8-4, but a promising round there from Liquid. I think they've realized what they've got to do here. Can't just sit back and rest in their laurels. As we enter round number 13, the last few rounds of the first half. Love this position as well. On top of that B box. Simple. Hasn't really been popping with the orb just yet, but Electronic, he'll be trying to. As he goes out towards long, not going to get both frags, but Elige very low indeed. Doesn't even get away from this one.
Yeah, only Nitro to Elige here. They've smoked off the angle. NaVi pushing out. Nitro going to get tagged up with damage through the smoke, trying to hold the gap. No one going to give anything up just yet, but that was Simple who flew on by down into the pit. This is a very, very strong position for him. Nitro now has a lot of angles to worry about. He's relying heavily as well on Naf's ability to cover short right now. But there's Nitro with the first. Simple now knows where the AWP for Liquid is. And he's just going to have to sit here. Simple and Nitro locked in this standoff for the foreseeable future. Electronic going to be over at long as well. Zeus now joins the party.
So they've got to go for a long execution at this point. So how you do that is smoke the crossover, try and Molotov the side, push any close range CTs back, then focus attention towards short once the bomb's gone down. Hopefully get the player who's got the AWP in the pits. Simple spots a knee, doesn't pull the trigger though. That was his opportunity. He knows the player's there, makes up for it. And now it's a 3-on-3. Still time to work with as the smokes go down. Molotov should be going on the site any second now to try and flush this close range player out. They're going to let him survive for now. NaVi needs to hit this shot, but Simple too strong with an AK. It all falls apart for Liquid here. And now just Taco, AWP in hand, needs some absolute magic here as he'll go through the smoke. Can't connect the shot, and there's Zeus to take him down. 9-4, and another reset, Harry, as I just credited Liquid, looking much better on the CT side. Opening pick comes in, and still they get shut down again. Can't find those consecutive rounds in a row. They've won the pistol and the second round, and only got 4 in total here. Round number 14, another force buy with 1 AWP, an MP9, a UMP, a FAMAS, and just 1 lonely M4. That's in the hands of Twist here. Liquid up against the double AWP of NaVi here. It's Edward and Simple. And at this point, you're just waiting for the aggression to come in from Team Liquid. Nice position there from NaVi, but 1 and done if I've ever seen it. Not even going to find that. Unlucky, though. Down to 1 HP. He'll be quite disappointed with that one, but you can at least give the information that there's a low HP player available. 1 minute 30, and at this point, NaVi back to that slow-paced gameplay. You just bleed out the CTs. You know the money's low. Whatever utility they've got, make them use it. Try and do some damage. Flush them out with the grenades. Go up towards short. More contact plays will be perfect at this point. We'll see whether it works out. Taco actually gets one back as he finds Flamey in the upper B tunnels.
And into this 4-on-4, Taco gonna take the peek down into mid with the AWP. He's already found 1. He spots the head of Zeus, and he's got to do work, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. Nitro gonna find another with the MP9. And surely it's not on this cobbled together buy. They're able to pull something back. Electronic answers with 1. Simple's holding close, and Simple only good for 1 kill. Electronic on 1 HP. This would be a clutch of the ages if you ever did see it.
Well, he's got the right weapon for it. AWP just to try and pick them off. He's got a little bit of time to work with here, but surely we take him down. Doesn't quite get spotted there. It's Twist towards those mid doors. Can spot the bomb now. Great bit of intel. You can just see him register that. As Electronic making footsteps as well. He's absolutely done for. We can't win this now. The smoke is quite good, though. But surely one of these bullets connects. He does grab the bomb. This isn't over just yet. If he can get the bomb down for long, somehow get in the pit with that Molotov, he has a chance to win it. I don't think that's possible. He'd have to have some sort of amazing play, but goes to the more defensive plan here. 10 seconds remaining. If they jump up, he'll have a chance. He knows it. Doesn't connect in. That's going to be in now. Taco will spray him down. And like I said, that bit of information that NaVi got at the start, knowing that a player's 1 HP, pretty much with the UMP dinks coming through, means they can just run in together, trade him out, and use the pistols as well. Use the pistols because it has run and gun potential, and can be a lot easier to handle while moving. So, final round as Team Liquid pull 1 back. They avoid the reset, go for the double orbs once again. Here's Taco using that turret towards the B bomb site. Taken down, you can see Flamey didn't really stand a chance. Electronic doing what he could towards short. Another timeout here. Liquid, if they can find the 9-6, still anyone's game. 10-5. They'll be feeling the pressure going into the second half. Money available for NaVi. They barely had to eco at all here. Haven't been reset, haven't really lost anything in terms of consecutive rounds to Liquid. Final chance, whether Zeus wants to mix things up, does he want to go for something a little bit more spicier? Can see an auto sniper purchase for Simple. We'll see whether this causes any damage. The idea is spam those doors to the right-hand side primarily to actually slow the CTs down, allow the AWP to have an easier shot and a weaker opposition as well. So hopefully we see something like that. There it is, right-hand side of the door. Just trying to stop anyone cross over, do some damage. Somehow Team Liquid get across unscathed. I say that, not quite. NaVi gets caught in the crossfire. It slowed him down, but Taco's there to pick up the pieces. Finds Electronic at the very start, and great incendiary to push Edward back. That should be them with a huge advantage at this point. Edward surely can't go any further.
Well, he's still sticking around. He's still trying to challenge Taco, which at this point I'm convinced is a very, very bad idea. As once again, he's locked down B early on. NaVi back to mid they go. Flamey has that secondary AWP for the squad right now. He's going to be looking down, trying to go blow for blow with Nitro, who waits down in CT, flashed off the angle. He's going to give it up. So NaVi, minute and 10 seconds, plenty of time on the clock. They're going to slow right down. The crowd rallying behind Liquid. That's what they need at this point in time. Taco's taking some aggression in towards tunnels. NaVi's peeking down mid, and he has this crossfire with Nitro, who's over at Car on the crossroads over towards A. Simple and Flamey to try and open up, clearing both angles with the AWPs down here in mid. 35 seconds, now's the time for action, now's the time to get a move on. Smoke goes down, Nitro can't see anything. And now the pressure falls onto Nap and Taco inside of this B bomb site. They've been tested time and time again, and now they have to show they have what it takes. The Molotov's gonna hold back the push. Zeus opens up with a frag on a Nitro over at A, but Nap still here, still doing damage. The bomb's outside of this B bomb site. Zeus is causing havoc, but there's only 10 seconds left. Zeus gonna go down, and Simple has to try and get the bomb planted here. It might go down, the nade might deny everything. And there it is from Nap, what a slam dunk! As he picks up Simple, there's no time, and Team Liquid, they're gonna find themselves a 6th round at the very end of the half.
Oh, great stuff from Naf there. He always just makes the correct moves to win the rounds. He doesn't go for the flashiest plays, but he goes for the wins and gets one kill, does the damage, doesn't overcommit, just completely floats the grenade that lands on top of NaVi, and it's 9-6. Liquid right back in this one. They really struggled in the initial sectors. You can see they couldn't handle the playstyle from NaVi. Needed to adjust, but they got the double AWPs out. They started playing a little bit more assertively, and they get the frags required and the rounds as well. 9-6, still anyone's game here. NaVi were running away with it, so well held by Liquid. Good tactical timeouts as well. You can see they were actually really effective. Zeus helping them out. As we look at the scores on the doors right now, almost 100 ADR for Simple, 12 frags for him. As we'll get into the second half, pretty much straight away, no messing around here, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Liquid on the trail, they're gonna have 3 sets of armor, smokes available, Molotovs as well, flashbangs there, no upgraded pistols, and we'll see whether this approach towards the B bomb site will yield the success they so desperately need at this point. One player holding in T-spawn, that's gonna be Nitro. Nothing too fast at this point. Presumably the B split comes in, but Simple looking to shut down absolutely everything here, but Taco's waiting. He'll pop the first head. It's a 5-on-4, and they still have the utility to explore their options towards shore.
Edwards holding it, he's flashed off the angle. They know they can catch him out down towards CT, but they're gonna hold off. They've got the man advantage. They're not gonna let NaVi get comfortable as they go pushing out into mid. Zeus only manages one. Flamey's gonna fall as well as Twists. He's on a tear. Edward tries the reply, but Naf gets rid of him, and it's Electronic 1v3. He does manage that first kill. Taco has him sandwiched in. Nitro's down in mid. There's a minute on the clock, and Electronic, they've split up. They've given him a one-on-one, and that's not what you want to do against this man. It all comes down to Taco. He's back through mid. Electronic.
To Taco at this point, trying the absolute best he can to present a mind game. Hoping that he catches this transitioning CT, but the problem is he's lost the information. Has to be a great shot now, can't connect it. They opened things up, but he couldn't finish them off. 1 versus 3 for Electronic there. That's going to completely dismantle Team Liquid. That should have been their round. They overcommitted in the 2 versus 1. They had the right idea. Taco could have fallen back with the bomb there. They could have fallen back from middle and stuck together. They went for the play, got the information he was towards middle, and hoping he wouldn't connect all the shots. Electronic, he got it all done. That's the player that overcommitted. Nitro could have fallen back when he lost the intention as soon as they got that intel. And it's an awkward, scrappy finish, but Electronic comes out on top. Zeus can't believe it. He knows how big and impactful that is. Taco could have ran towards A, could at least got a bomb down there, tried to go for the big play, didn't work out for him, and Simple's going to punish them for it. Pushing towards middle, Edward with the second. Now, the 4 versus 3. Flamey was taken down at the start by Twists. Still a fighting chance here, but Simple's taking care of that. Low HP, doesn't seem to matter whatsoever as he continues applying the pressure towards shore.
He's just not letting up. Zeus gonna get rid of Nitro. It all falls down to Twist. There's no way he finds it. I was gonna say both kills, but he doesn't find any. NaVi managed to keep that second round pretty clean. Only frag that comes through for Liquid was a shot from Twist early on with the scout. I think we just missed. So now for NaVi, they're in the driver's seat. You imagine the 12th round is secure. You can see that one flash board up for Liquid. Maybe they're just going to try playing fast into the B-bomb site. A favorite on these eco rounds. They do just head over here towards B. You have the one flash. Nitro's got it. Simple, though, down in the lower tunnels. This is his chance for an eco spray down. Manages one, and they don't want to feed the beast. They don't want to keep giving frags the way of the FP9. They're going to try and challenge him. They have tagged him up. Simple's going to go down. Twist has found a frag. Actually, 2 kills.
Yeah, this hasn't actually gone too well at all. NaVi trying to farm some cash in the lower B. You've got 5 players coming towards you with Glocks and armor. But if you don't pull the trigger correctly, it can all fall apart. You've given away now 2 weapons and the man advantage. But who's at the back of the B site? It's actually going to be Electronic here, one of the star players, the absolute best fraggers. NaVi will have alive at this point. Back of the site, perfect position for this. The fact they've got no armor. His M4 will go through them like a hot knife through butter ahead. Gets the first. A lead to go down. It looks like it has been held off. Edward to back him up, and there it is. Well done. Denied the plan. Got a bit dicey at one point, but now 12-6. Money available for Team Liquid. They've got a few rounds to get themselves back in here on Dust2, but NaVi looking poised to close it out.
Yeah, 6 rounds between these 2 teams right now, and Liquid, they've got the buy here, Henry. They can get pretty much everything they would like. They won't have the AWP out. That's something to note. You look over at NaVi, Simple's got it on his back. There won't be one for Liquid to counteract it. A loss here, they're going to have no money into the next round. Suddenly you're at a 14-6 scoreline. So this is a very, very important round we're about to head into for Liquid. One that, essentially, if they want to stay in this map, is a must-win.
Another timeout. We've had plenty of them. Money's starting to build up. For NaVi at this point, this is the bonus round. The MP9 probably doesn't go lower B again, I would say. Can have him playing short behind the step, something like that, but the AWP out for Simple, 15 kills to his name. And round number 19 coming in. If NaVi can win this one, Liquid, especially if they get no plan here, might have to take another eco. 13-6 down, huge round. Simple doesn't commit towards T-Spawn, just looking through the doors to see if anyone's crossing over. Now has vision towards short as well. No one crossed over just yet. Hard default for Liquid, just waiting for any pushes from the likes of Simple. If they can get information as to where his AWP is, they can begin their assault, presumably towards that A-bomb site.
This all comes down to Simple. What can he get done over in mid? Flash goes over, they do manage to get by, and that's a Liege up on short. Liquid, yesterday when we saw them on this T side, it was all about fast executions into the bomb site. This time, they've slowed right down. They're playing a much slower default here. Electronic, he's going to open up. Taco's been a key player for Team Liquid. They've responded with some damage onto Simple, but it isn't much.
You're right. Twists, heavily injured as well. 50 seconds, they've got no real map control at all. They haven't even began to make their way up towards short. Flamey's there. He's got flashbangs and joined by Edward as well, patrols towards long. Naf alone at the long doors. He could be absolutely everything here. It comes down to the timings. If Edward gets caught out, it's going to put Flamey in a very compromised position. They will go towards A at this point. Flamey with those flashbangs, trying to just get that 1 kill. If he gets it, pretty much round secure. If he goes down with nothing, it could all fall apart. There's the chance now. And Liege with the opener. There's NaVi! We called him out towards long. He delivers exactly what Liquid needs. And now Simple, looking for the jumping AWP shot, not going to connect. 3 versus 1, Electronic surely can't do it again.
He is so far away, Henry. He's going to go over towards long here, but does he even try and go for this one? Maybe if Liquid gives something up. Naf is the man who's over towards long right now, and he's been not keen on giving any advantage away. He's just been taking them left and right. So yeah, NaVi going to have to save Liquid. They're going to find themselves a 7th round. They keep themselves in this one.
That all comes down to Naf. He's waiting for the opportunity, the communication with his teammates that they've taken the aggro from the A side. 3 of them spotted. Flamey's going to call for backup at that point. Edward has to try and help him out with utility, try and bail him out. And as soon as they've done that, that's when Naf comes out. Times it to perfection, comes around the corner, sprays down 1, nails the 2nd, bomb planted. There's still risk with Simple and CT Spawn, but luckily the jumping no-scope doesn't connect this time. And Liquid with a much-needed round there, but the problem is that was the bonus situation. That's the timing I'm talking about, by the way. You can see they have no idea that's coming through after a Liege opened things up as well. Frustrating for Zeus, but still with a firm lead here. 12-7, double AWP set up now on the CT side. Another timeout. I can't believe how many we're seeing here. Dust2. It's a bit of a mind game in terms of like the spawns and the play style you're going to present. So just going to be discussing what you think your opposition will do is always going to be beneficial, of course. It's round 20. Dust2. I didn't think we'd see this today. They have got similar map pool. Inferno, Mirage with a lot of sense. I wasn't sure what the third would be. But Dust2, I'm glad it's landed here. Liquid, very well versed in it. They've got some great tactics on the T side. Certainly not out of it yet. We'll see if they can recover here. They've obviously got a chance to discuss their options as well. Nitro now on the AWP. But he's up against Flamey and Simple. Double orbs very common on Dust2. You want to establish yourself towards B and have one perch on the A side. You do have the option for the car now. We haven't really explored that position too much. I'm sure we'll see some massive plays as Dust2 is now officially in the map pool. Edward towards long alone. Another slow default from Liquid. Bomb down outside of long. Simple patrolling B. Secondary up on the A side. Simple doesn't want to just push for that first frag yet. Just wants to hold a tight angle as Liege starts to make his way towards short. This is what the main objective of a default will be. Check short. Are there any CTs there? Try and push them back if so. Bait out some utility and then set yourself up for either an execution or a contact play, something like a B split perhaps, as they just try and work out where these CTs could be. Zeus and Electronic patrol middle with the rifles. Flashing over, just want to try and peek for a bit of intel here perhaps. 1 minute remaining. One smoke available for Zeus and Electronic. We'll see whether this works out for them. They want to deploy them towards the mid doors or, well, oh, there it is. It does go down straight away.
NaVi's actually snuck out over here towards long in the meantime. Edward, similar position that we saw Twist in earlier on when he was holding off the long area. NaV, will he check this? Get around the corner, does find damage, but Edward drops away. And NaV was so key in that previous round from this position over at long. Now it falls down to the rest of the team to try and keep Liquid in this round. There's Twist leaping down into CT, but Simple up in the window starts to pull this round back. Push comes through. Liquid, 2 players over here in tunnel, 1 flanking up through mid. That's going to be Twist, and he can't get there soon enough. Electronic finds the first kill. Nitro's going to reply. Here's Twist from the window, and now it's back into a 2-on-2. The bomb has to go down, and it will in just the nick of time. Nitro and Twist, 2-on-2. Edward's got in with a very, very lengthy flank, but he's tagged up. Flamey isn't moving, and NaVi, they've decided to save. Team Liquid going to find themselves an 8th round.
Great stuff there, Twist setting them up. The drop down to CT spawn. NaVi just weren't ready for it whatsoever. Very discombobulating as they do find themselves having to save at this stage. You can see the money being whistled right down there. Edward and Flamey, no choice in this one. If Edward maybe had 60 HP, something like that, they probably could go for it, but save the AWP, give it to Simple perhaps. We'll see what they decide to do with it. Always going to be a very powerful weapon on Dust2, so they'll give themselves a fighting chance into the next round. But Liquid pulling it back now. That's going to be 2 rounds in a row for them. Nitro and Twist will survive, so good recovery after losing that initial pick towards long. It was Edward that found NaVi, but the mid-split coming through, especially with the short drop-down, working very effectively there for Liquid. And Simple, only good for one. You can see how difficult it can be handling a mid-split coming from the doors and the tunnels. And with smoke down, vision taken away, it made things very uncomfortable indeed and set Twist up for those great couple of frags. We've got another timeout here. This must be all of them at this point. We've seen so many. I remember this as well. Dust2 always was like this back in the day. And it will be the force buy for NaVi here. They're going to try and spend every dollar they've got to make this work. Electronic with the CZ coming through. Zeus hasn't bought anything yet. There it is, goes for the UMP. So 1 AWP, 1 AK, UMP CZ. We'll see if it's enough. Simple has got the defuse kit. He's on the rifle, not the sniper. Liquid can win this one. That's going to be NaVi onto the eco, and it's still anyone's game. If NaVi can do it with this force buy, same story, and they'll be 13-8 up.
Nitro doesn't spot anyone crossing here, but he knows they've slowed down as a result of that smoke coming in late. There's 3 players here, though, one of those being Simple. He's going to fall at the first hurdle, but Electronic sees that in hand, now here alone. Taco's going to find him. That B bomb site's come crumbling down in a matter of seconds, and that is what we were seeing from Liquid yesterday. So they're able to find themselves a 9th round. Flamey and Edward forced to save off the bat. No time to even get back into this round.
Absolutely. Well, there it is. A fast approach in towards B. Taco abusing the fact that CZ's got that such a long reload time. You can hear it coming through. Jumps on the side, finds 2 frags. Good trade, Sam. We're seeing lots of fast B attempts from both of these teams. You can see how effective it can be. If you get that opening pick and you maybe know the CTs are delayed or they're having to smoke middle, you can get the jump on them. If their money's low as well, it's unlikely they have the incendiary. You can just run straight in there, trade at the frag, exactly what they did. They just lose Twist, and now Flamey and Edward trying to save whatever they can. They're both holding towards long at this point. Flamey with the AWP. Nitro The intelligent Molotov. This could actually work out amazingly. And he can't connect the shot just yet. It's Edward to punish him, and he's going to find the orb. That's a bit of a disaster, in fact. What was looking so promising actually ends up giving up a sniper and giving NaVi a chance in this next round. 12-9. And we'll see if NaVi want to invest anything more into this round. They are going to force them with what they can. The M4s come out once again. And those double orbs, and Nitro giving that up actually gives them a lifeline in round number 22. Was worth the gamble perhaps, but didn't work out for him. 3 players towards B, 4 from Liquid. Will they just be rushing in straight again?
Simple's here with the AWP. I think Liquid, they've dodged a bullet here by not rushing into that. That is a brutal defense to go charging into it. Simple still here, going to shut down now. They have to find the trade, and Simple, he's landing everything right now. Going to get a third as well. They can't deal with Simple. And Flamey's going to finish off Twist. Elige gets nothing done, and my goodness, what a turnaround from NaVi.
All down to those saved orbs. NaVi holding off the fast B split coming in there. 3 players out towards the doors. You can see the idea. If Simple's in any other position, this probably works, but it's just perfect, isn't it? He's perched up there on the scaffolding and just hits every shot required. Maybe not that one, but his teammates there to back him up. Then nails Taco. 13-9, and it swings back and forth here. Liquid, we're going to get right back into this one, but that was a sobering moment as Simple strikes from the B bomb site, takes 3 down, and the round is completely shut down. Bomb not planted. They are going to buy up into this next one by the looks of things. Liquid with the AK out for Elige. Twist down to that CZ. There is money available for the AWP. NAF will purchase it. Will he be using it? That's the question, though. Nitro, UMP. Last chance here, really, for Liquid. In terms of loss bonus, they're at first stage. Lose this, 14-9 down. It's a force buy already. 2 rifles, 1 AWP. NAF with the pressure with the AWP. Does he get challenged towards his mid doors? Time will tell. Flashbang to go over suggests they might go for a pick here. Not going to do it, though, and Flamey hit through the doors. Frustrating moment for him, but still going to stick around for the challenge.
He is so low, though, and he's missed a couple of key shots today. You can see current bot on the board, 5 kills to his name. Does now have support from Zeus. He's going to fall off, play this more passively, and Liquid. That damage early on has forced NaVi away from middle. And now as they take short control, they're going to get this pretty quickly. Simple, though. He's been such a nuisance. Now he's up inside of this A bomb site. He might even try going in with the peek. Jumps on up. He spots the first man. Going to get tagged up. Simple. Misses it the second time around. And Nitro's going to find that first kill over here towards A. And what a man to find. Out in the open, it was Simple to go down. Rotation coming through. Electronic, he's here pretty quickly, but he has so many players coming his way. Electronic flash goes over. Elige gonna pick the kill, and Zeus only good for 1. It's Flamey and Edward. 2 versus 4, and they're gonna have to save. Liquid have overrun this A bomb site so incredibly quickly.
Oh, it all comes down to Simple missing those shots. He got caught out of position towards short, trying to boost himself up, get a bird's eye view of the area. Missed 2 or 3, and then the UMP sprayed him down. That's just the opening they needed, and they struck with it. Elige with 2 frags, and they will save orbs, AKs, and 4 players surviving. It was a must-win round for Liquid on the force buy. It works out tremendously well. And NaVi trying to save whatever weaponry they can once again, both in towards T-spawn. The hunt begins. Liquid trying to use the time they have available to at least take one of these players down. They know the orbs keep getting saved. It looks like that might be happening once again as Flamey holds up, and the original HP started the round with after being tagged through the door on 13. He will take the orb in the next round. There is another buy available for NaVi as Liquid pull one back. 13-10 in favor of the CIS squad on the CT side of Dust2 here. It's a best of 3. The first semi-final of the day. Oh my goodness, Elige. It's mowing them down with that AK. You can see the frustration from Simple there. Nitro back on the orb. Doesn't fire off the shots. Not worth it. He knows his potential with that upper smoke. That Simple could just peek from the bottom. Flashbangs out though. Long take initiated. Molotov on the corner. Trying to push those CTs back. It's working so far. Taco's in the pit. In terms of a default, that's always going to be a great objective to achieve. You can just leave 1 player there now, knowing that the CTs don't have information as to who's in the pit, who's in the doors, and have to play positions like the car. That can be Molotov'd out, and Edward, luckily, he can survive in the corner there. Oh, can he? Oh, dear. He will go down to 28 HP. Flames just reaching him in the corner. So he takes a lot of damage and wastes the smoke as Simple's taken down once again. He can't really get stuck into this second half. Unleash Styles on Electronic. 5-on-3. Edward already tagged up by that Molotov. A-split begins. Still down to Flamey here. He needs to hit both shots, but they spot him and fall back. They've already got the information that Twist has found an open B bomb site. Taco comes in from long. What a beautiful round this is from Liquid. And Flamey and Edward have to save once again. Everything done to perfection at that point. Liquid, after getting Taco in the pip, take the all back towards middle, knowing they'll find transitioning CTs. Nailed the shots. Taco could strike from long. And once again, bomb planted at B. Twist gets the information, and they avoid the altercation with Flamey towards Shaw, who had the AWP and could have got them back in the rounds.
Yeah, really well played from Liquid. I mean, we've always been commending their CT sides, right? But on Dust, Henry, as we saw yesterday, they field such a strong T side. They got 11-4 on their T side versus Mouseport. So you definitely feel like this is still possible. They're trying to hunt down these weapons. They know the implications of NaVi holding onto this is massive. And Nitro, he's dropped the AWP for Flamey. Edward's even going to go down as well, so they take nothing with them out of this round. They finally put an end to the banks of NaVi.
That's actually massive. Now you know you're up against a full eco. Surely no weaponry will be brought out for NaVi. They all got $2,000 per player. They will get 2,400 into the next round, so not even worth a force here. You're going to be able to buy with rifles into the next round. Nitro shut down Simple a couple of rounds now. Here's Taco. The celebration. 1 P250 and a smoke. That's all they bring into this particular round. They buy the smoke to drop on mid doors, so they veil the amount of players that cross over towards that site. It will be a 4-man stack towards B, maybe even 5 with Edward making his way over. So will they be smart about this one when they still run the default? Looks like they will. No one even going near the B side of the map. They go towards Shore here. B is such a tight choke point, especially when you're up against like potential CZs, P250s. To stay towards A. Run your default like usual. Sure, they might have deagles them towards A, but it's much safer than walking into a CZ crossfire.
You even have Taco behind, keeping an eye on any aggression in towards B. Liquid, they're outside of this A bomb site. They're going to be allowed to get this bomb down for free, you'd imagine. No one there for NaVi, and Taco even spotting some of these players out in tunnels. More players coming his way. Doesn't want to give away the AK, and that's why Alicia's come here to help pad those stats that much more. It's just Edward. 1v5 USP. I'd love to find a gun here, but Liquid, very well played. They're going to move on to a 12th round, Henry. Now they're 1 away from equalizing this out.
Ooh, Taco might be taken down, but Edward can't get it done. 13-12. It felt like Liquid were out of their depth here on Dust2. The perfect strategy brought in by NaVi. A simple procedure, but good defaults. Just overwhelming the bomb sites, controlling the money. But Liquid, after some impressive rounds here on their T side, right back in the game, just down to a 1-round detriment now. 13-12, and it is the buy from NaVi, but like I said, $2,400 coming in on that 2K means you're good enough for M4s and basic utility. No AWP, no defuse kits, no helmets on all 5, but luckily no SMGs coming out this round. As Nitro patrols towards middle, they know they have such a huge advantage here. Nothing too flashy has to come through. Same idea as we described in the first half. Bleed out the CT's utility. You know their money's low. This nade could be quite handy. Just a little bit of damage towards Nav, 20 to be exact. As he'll fall right back towards the A site. Edward dropping his nade, showing presence. Mid-split. As the analyst pointed out, always so prolific on Dust2. Not redeployed just yet. It's Unleashed and Twists. Once more. Going through their flight paths here. Flashbangs in. Not perfect, but still no CTs on the other side. It's going to be absolutely fine. Normally get a Molotov the site, try and get a reaction out of the CTs. But for now, they've established a short is clear. Middle, they've had a look around. Doesn't seem to be any CT presence there whatsoever. All they notice is the very defensive hold here from NaVi.
Now with 45 seconds left, the question becomes, where does Liquid end up? They fought so hard to pull it back to this, and it all now comes down to this one round where they have the chance to equalize things out. Smoke falls over in mid. Zeus and Electronic here. Zeus gonna fall. Electronic on the repeat, does manage one. They're gonna keep on walking into him. It's Simple, still hidden away, but Nitro slams him down. It's Flamey and Edward. left alive, and they're going to get stripped limb from limb. It is just Liquid lighting up the scoreboard right now. And Edward 1v3, I don't fancy his chances here, Henry.
I think you might be right. Edward holds towards short. What a beautifully played B split coming in from Team Liquid. Patient, methodical as they go through the doors. You can see how much skill these players have got. Elige looking so sharp and crisp as he comes through the B doors, executes 2 of them. And even with 3 players towards B, Simple, there's nothing he can do. He gets taken down, overwhelmed in that B site. And Edward trying to hold on to the M4. Not going to happen, my friends. Like we said, no helmets. Make you very vulnerable to the pistols. And it's the P250 of Nitro that finds the killing blow. 4th stage loss bonus, not enough to buy on the CT forces. A partial buy, sure. CZ's armor, maybe some basic utility. As another timeout is called. This has to be the last one now. We've seen so many so far. And we'll go to round number 27. Liquid have tied things up 13-13. We're going to be seeing all the rounds at this point. Nitro still on the AWP. We'll have a look at the scoreboards while we're here. 17 kills for Nitro, 19 for Taka. What a fantastic tournament he's had. In fact, all the fragging on Team Liquid looks relatively equal. No one really dropping behind. Can't say the same for NaVi, though. Flamey having a bit of a nightmare here on Dust2, 7 and 14, one of the key fraggers. He's playing that A side, but he's just getting locked out. A lot of B splits coming in here. He's left in positions where the A splits are coming in. He's just stuck on the site. And Simple, sure, he's got 19 kills, but you can see he's getting frustrated. Now, in the latter stages of the game, he's being picked off consistently and just outflanked, unable to give an individual star performance in the last few rounds here. So just CZ's PD50s, Deagles, not much of a partial buy, just one player getting the armor out as Nitro looks to open things up towards B.
Electronics there alone. Flamey going to try and push through short. We just highlighted him as someone who has been struggling for NaVi. And yeah, he's kind of the third firepower that we always talk about. The one who accompanies Simple and Electronic. And this time he's going to fall. Zeus now takes up his position here at short with Edward to try and help him out. And Liquid, they've got the man advantage. They know that they have NaVi on the ropes, but Zeus manages the first kill. Elige is tagged down so low, but he just keeps putting up numbers. He's going to find all 3 kills over at short, and Naf now. Ooh, Naf actually going to fall to Electronic. That's an AK with armor to play with. Simple. Only a USP. Don't imagine he can get too much done, but Elige is over on short, and he's tagged up. He's going to keep taking the fight with Taco. And it's finally going to be dealt with. Liquid, they're going to fight at round number 14. They take the lead here, Henry, which is monumental.
Yeah, absolutely so. This second half has gone very well for them. 8-4 now in their favor on this half alone. After struggling so much on the CT side, they could barely string together rounds. They won the pistol on the first half, lost it in the second. It felt like this game could be out of their grasp, but as soon as the weaponry came out, they ran away with it, establishing themselves very well on the T side, plenty of money to go forward with. Not the same story for NaVi, though, I'm afraid. They do get the maximum loss bonus into the next one, so there will be a buy. Electronic might even save the AK here, so that would be great news for him, especially on Dust2. The high-fragging, high-flying map. You want to have that one-tap potential to hold them off. And Electronic might not be able to save it here. Oh, we get the first kill, not the second, though. Well traded by Nitro. It's actually a pretty big deal. You take an AK out of his hands. That cannot be purchased on the CT side. 14-13. The hometown heroes homing in on a victory now. Can they hold their nerve? Nitro still on the AWP. No timeout this time. It's a double orb setup for NaVi. Simple and Flamey once again. Hasn't looked too effective so far. Taco hits 20 frags. And here we go. The last few rounds here, the first map of our semi-final. Another default to be deployed. 3 players towards long this time, so NaVi changed things up. Taco looking to open it with the first kill. Nails it, but Flamey with the trade. Naf, he wanted the pounds there so badly. He knows that time is going to work in his favor, but the incendiary holds him at bay for now. Flamey repositions to the car.
Yeah, devastated he gets cancelled out by the Molotov, and he's still going to wait with bated breath over at short. Flamey and Edward maybe going to try and take the fight here along, and they're going to come to regret that. Nitro manages the burst and twist. He's going to keep binding openers. Simple arrives a little too late, and Naf's already there. Electronic 1v4. It's not going to happen. And Naf, he's going to go and carry Liquid through to match point here on Dust2, 15-13, and the money is all but gone for NaVi.
Such a fan of Nafly. So good. You can see his thought process for his positioning, what he wants to do, the information he's received Pulls towards short, makes things so uncomfortable for those CTs, and just hungry for blood as he hunts towards CT spawn. That's a double orb setup, but nothing gets done. And ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a treat this round. We're going to see the auto snipers come out. They're gunning down Deft towards middle, no damage inflicted, and they'll drop them at this point. Somehow NaVi get across unscathed. But this could be the closing moment. 15-13 for Liquid up against SMGs and FAMASes. If ever there was a chance to close out the game, this would be it. 1 minute 30 as they go back to the default. You buy the auto snipers at the start just to try and cause damage as they cross. Then you pick up the AKs. It shows you how much money they've got at this point. Going towards middle. Flamey to defend it if they want to go through. Nades exchange, but no damage inflicted just yet. Orb shot rattles off, but not connecting.
Up through short they go. Zeus slides in. Wait, Edward's going to go aggressive in over here at long. This was 8-3 in favor of NaVi at one point in time, Henry, and now Liquid stand on the finish line. 15-13. And Edward, Naf's read this so well. The Molotov forces him back. He doesn't find anything, but he's flushed the man out along. 40 seconds left for Liquid. All but no utility left for NaVi. Electronic has one incendiary. Flamey's going to fall over here in mid. That's the first kill of the round. And now they have their sights set on B. Nitro throws out that one Molotov. That's going to keep their attention here at A. It's Electronic and Simple. An iconic duo inside of the B bomb site, but with only this MP9 and a UMP to get it done. In come Liquid, and Taco finds one. Does land a team kill. Simple still alive. Simple still causing trouble. There's only 8 seconds left. That bomb is to go down any second now. They can't deal with Simple. And
they get it. It's going down, but will it? No, Zeus can deny it. He can't. It's now 1 versus 2. And surely NaVi can't do anything with this. There's too much pressure, and they face him together. NaVi keep their head above water. It felt like that could have all fallen apart. Simple with 3 players in front of him, but luckily time was on his side. They panic as they go in, and he finds the 1 frag required, sets Zeus up, and the 2 versus 1 eludes Naf. Looking for overtime. That was their chance to close it. And now the orbs will come out, the AKs as well. NaVi stabilize, and there'll be another pause here. Going to round number 30. Both teams will be tested at this point. NaVi certainly not perfect in terms of the buy. Gonna have 1 FAMAS, 1 orb, limited utility. Simple, Electronic, Edward, only with 1 smoke. Nothing else on their utility belts. Full buy for Liquid. They've got plenty of cash here. They'll bring out the single orb and the 4 AKs. And what's the play? Zeus can call something magical at this point. Go for a set piece, maybe change the pace, be very slow and methodical so far to use a spawn right now. They've got 4 players, I think, with the best possible B spawn available. That is dump in the B rush hours. That is go for it. That could be the play of the game. Shut it down in style. Or do you just go for the default, play it safe?
Well, they certainly have the spawn for it. Elige is looking that way, but no one else is. So he's going to go running towards B early on. Maybe he finds something. Electronic and Flamey there off the bat. They've boosted Simple up on short. This could spell disaster for Liquid if they try to take control of mid. We haven't really seen this sort of a play. He doesn't play fast on the back of the boost, though. He's slowed right down. Elige peeking out into mid. Edward going to go aggressive at long once again. Liquid going to try and take the fight with Simple on short. Missed shot, and now he's going to fall back.
Problem is now that gives up his position. Sure, he'll have time to recalibrate, but great bit of intel, and they didn't have to take any damage for it. Usually Simple, aggressive, is going to yield some sort of frag, but no. They've pushed him back. Great flashbangs there. Good teamwork from Liquid. Now the advantage rests with them. You can see, I described the utility situation at the start of the round. 1 smoke remaining. In terms of bleeding them out, Liquid are doing a perfect job so far. Such an upper hand as they make their way back towards B. 2 players there, Flamey and Electronic. They've got the M4s. Will it be enough, though, with no flashbangs available to them? Just raw firepower to try and take down the contact play from Team Liquid that presumably comes in. All 5 players here. This is the moment. 3 players towards A, 2 CTs to defend against 5. They'll wait for that smoke to go down, then pull the trigger. In they come. Flamey, you need to connect everything, but you've left your teammate out to dry. Electronic taken down. This could be the moment. Flamey's going to fight back, taking damage through the door. 31 HP, he stays alive. Bomb planted, but not for long. How's he done that? He denies it, 15 seconds, it's gonna all fall apart for Liquid.
They're gonna manage the bomb plan, but keep your eye on Edward. He's flanking round, and actually even Elige gets tagged down in the Molotov. Nitro spots the flank. He's gonna get rid of him. And now 3-on-3 in the retake. Flamey's already done so much for NaVi in this one round. Can he get any more done? Simple's up at the window. Zeus gonna go blow for blow with Nitro down in the tunnels, wins that first fight, but Elige and Twist are locking it down, and Twist is gonna finish it up. 16-14. By the skin of their teeth, Henry, Liquid managed to close out map number 1.
The semi-final certainly is going to be epic. What an amazing map to kick things off here. Liquid have done it. They look like they're out of their depth for the entirety of the first half, but they pull it back. Amazing teamwork and great skill. Sends out a stern message towards NaVi there. What a game that was, and a great recovery. We're going to take it to a break and be back with the analysts. Do not go anywhere.